A nice chunk of supports to do. Here we go. Shouldn't be that many though. Byleth and Seteth.
Professor, a moment. I am sorry that I doubted your ability. I deeply regret ever holding such a view of you. It is obvious to me now that you are extraordinary. Do you doubt your own power, even now? I suppose that's only natural. You've lived your whole life knowing next to nothing about yourself. Not even Geralt could have possibly known all there is to know about you. But I wonder, are you satisfied with that? Are you content, not knowing who you are? Or do you yearn to know more? That was a foolish question, of course. You are not the sort to be complacent. So, only one more question matters. Are you ready?
Learn more about myself.
Learning it will doubtlessly have direct consequences on your life. You may decide, once you learn it, that you wish you hadn't. But even if you have such regrets, you will never be able to return to ignorance. So,
I can't state a
are you
lot
ready
of
to
the
know the
truth I
truth?
know, as it'd be spoilers just in case it is mentioned later.
I see. That is what I wish to hear. Since the Archbishop put so much faith in you, I will continue to offer my aid. More than that, I will put my faith in you as well, and I will do all that is within my power to help you someday reach the truth.
Byleth and Yuri Class B.
Hey friend, thanks for joining me when I had to deal with that mess a while ago. You were a real help. I wouldn't say you fully earned my trust, but you've earned something for sure. I owe you. I can't not worry about it. I don't like owing people. Guess I'll just have to surprise you someday. I was just rummaging through what we recovered from the Scorpions, and I stumbled across something pretty special to me. It was under lock and key, so those thugs probably thought it was something of high value. The Elder gave it to me when I was small. Losing it really got me where it hurts. I guess it couldn't hurt to tell you about it. Can't quite remember how old I was, but my mother had taken in an elderly man wandering the town. He was worse for wear, could barely even walk. She nursed him back to health under our humble roof. In return for her kindly gesture, he taught me to read and write. This notebook is a relic of those times. Not too long after that, I came down with a terrible illness. We had no money to speak of, so a doctor's visit was out of the question. My mother went everywhere asking for help, to no avail. And then the Elder stepped in and saved me. I don't know how he did it, or what it was he did. Could have been. I never knew much about him, honestly. He could have been a mage, a scholar. I haven't the foggiest. And I'll never know. Shortly after curing me of my illness, he passed on. Natural causes. My illness, it turns out, was part of a larger plague that swept through our village. So many died, and there I was, having escaped death by some strange luck. I felt grateful. So little Yuri figured it would be his mission to help anyone he could as he grew up. However I could. Not necessarily by making gold rain from the sky, but in smaller ways. The streets are filled with kids who have no homes, no food, so many dying of disease, or some cheap medicine would have saved them. I figure, if I can save even one unlucky soul, well,
That's
then
a
I'm doing
nice
my
attitude
part.
to have.
It's a small dream, but it's one I hold in my heart. When I recruit my people, it's to that end. To give them a home. The turf wars, the gang, all of it. To honor
You're
that
growing
dream.
on me, Yuri. Unfortunately, your stats are garbage. They're very hard to use.
Yeah? Well, thanks. Despite what you now know about me, I'm still the Lord of the Underground. Don't go forgetting that. I do what I have to, whether people view it as fair or foul. The way I see things, the goddess gave me two gifts. My life and my charm. That's been gift enough to get in with slimy nobles.
That's true.
Of course. I use my marionettes to help me smuggle things. Maneuver as needed. You get the idea. Once I used a clever name, and my charms, to become the attendant to the head slug of a noble house. Yet another time, I took a name befitting the kingdom that landed me in the academy as a noble's adopted son. That's how I've gotten this far and earned my fortune. In doing so, I've spread my wings of protection further to help the... As though I tell you, friend. But perhaps you can share what it is you think.
Ooh, maybe we'll learn some more things about him in the A rank. Lynn and Petra, A Part 1.
Linhart, I need to be asking for your wisdom. Will you consent?
My wisdom?
I was hunting earlier, and the land gifted me with lots of game. It was all brought by me to the kitchen, and then...
You're not asking me for help with the butchery, are you? If so, stop right there.
No, I am not asking that. All of that work and care is given right after the hunting. Giving gratitude, bleeding, skinning, all has been done to be making very nice fresh meat. That meat is sitting in the kitchen already.
Oh, thank goodness. Then whatever do you need from me? I'm not much of a cook.
I want to be smoking the meat, so we can be preserving it. There's a big quantity of it, but I am without enough firewood for the smoking. I am needing more than I was thinking I would. The darkness has fallen outside, so it will be difficult to be collecting it right now.
Why not gather wood in the morning? Get some sleep now.
This meat will not be waiting that long. It will be going to waste. Please, do you have any suggestion for what I can do? You have much wisdom for giving.
Okay, let me see. You know, there were a good number of desks and chairs in the ruined corner of the monastery. Some of the stuff there is salvageable, so none of it has been thrown away. There's definitely high-quality oak and beech out there. Both would be excellent for smoking meat.
Is that factual? I was not knowing that. The wisdom you give is exceptional.
Well, I wouldn't say that. As long as it's anything that looks broken beyond repair, no one should complain.
I am giving you my gratitude, Linhart.
Pardon?
I don't think they'd complain anyway. She's getting
You have
food
all of
for
the
them.
wisdom about choosing wood for smoking. I am wanting your assistance.
But it's bedtime. Okay, fine. I can point out the choice smoking wood. Then I'll have to help haul it all back, won't I?
It would give me great happiness. There's no one better than you for this task.
Please stop with the praising. All right, fine. I'll help. I'm just that nice a guy.
And you are kind of unsociable, but yes, you are actually a nice guy. Yuri and Bernadetta.
Bernadetta, knock it off. How long are you gonna keep this up?
I can't have them find me. Time for a tactical withdrawal.
Wait up, would you? Running away every time you see me is just going to wear us both out. If you've got something to say it already. You've been shadowing me for ages. Think how I feel. You don't show up for war council when I'm there. Do you even know what's going on in the world?
I know, but I just can't, okay? I can't be around you, Yuri. It's just not doable. I know what my father did to you. It's all just too overwhelming. I thought you died.
You thought I had. But I hadn't. I was halfway to my grave, but I survived.
Halfway? Then that means the half of you that survived is gonna seek revenge on me.
I was half dead, sure, but that really meant I was able to get out with my life. If I was to seek revenge, it would be on the Count, not you. And I'm looking to make things even. It's all or nothing.
Why, she doesn't like the Count either.
You wouldn't be
Deal with
standing
it.
here
Just
talking to
deal
me
with
right
it,
now if I
Laura.
targeted you.
If not here, then where would I be? At the bottom of a ravine?
I wouldn't push you off a cliffside.
Maybe you'll tie me to a big rock and drop me in the ocean. Is that it? You're gonna turn me into fish food. I knew it.
What are you going on about?
Mercy! If it has to be a watery grave, please just drop me in icy water so I freeze instead of drown!
He probably doesn't know how the Count treated her, would he?
Kid's got issues. Well, I guess I'd better tell her everything.
And I have 7 chapters of this game to learn this everything of which you speak. Alphys and Constance B.
What's with all the ruckus, I wonder? Wait, isn't that Constance? This has nothing to do with you, so keep your nose out of it.
Oh, she's outdoors. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, none of your business. Unless you're his girlfriend, that is.
You ascribe too much to me, sirs. I haven't the qualities that Balthus seeks in a partner.
So prissy. Are you Balthus's lady or not?
Softly, please, softly. Such accusations are slander upon his good name. I have no place in the heart of one so freewheeling and glad. Were there a list of suitable partners? I should deem myself to be at the tail end of it.
If you're not his gal, then step off. We're trying to spread some juicy Balthus gossip over here.
Yeah, why would you do that in the monastery when he is there? And if he overhears it, he will beat you senseless.
You're nothing to him, so why ruin our fun?
Because what you say is unthinkable. If you attempt to spread lies that strain credulity so, it will be your own reputations that suffer. Your reputations or your bones. Should Balthus ever learn of this deception, a hairline break may heal. But the powder he makes of a man's skeleton is another matter. And that's to say nothing of the jelly that will be left of your organs. Are you not concerned?
He'll do what? Oh, guess spreading lies is a bad idea.
Right.
You
This is all a
really
big
haven't heard that he
misunderstanding.
can beat the crap out
Thanks
of you.
We're just gonna back...
I've saved lives today. They didn't deserve the fury that he would unleash. But then, few would. Is that not Balthus standing there?
Hey, why'd you say all that scary stuff about me? Don't tell people things like that. They're not the ones ruining my reputation. You are.
Oh, how short-sighted of me. I believed myself to be acting in your interest. But I see now that I was mistaken. I shall regret this indiscretion until my dying day.
Clearly, I need to take anything that falls out of your mouth with a grain of salt. Maybe the whole shaker. Still, you did stop those two from talking about me. Regardless of how you did it, I guess I should be grateful. So, thanks.
This magnanimity is in keeping with the wondrous man I know you to be. So open, so accepting. You are a paragon for others to follow.
Sheesh. Maybe it's better when she treats me poorly. Being praised like that is downright...
Yeah, when she's outside, she is kind of odd. Zero Lysithia C. Go.
This one ought to do.
What are you doing, Cyril?
I'm picking out logs to carry back and chop into firewood.
You can't expect to carry all these by yourself. Let me help.
No, I got it. I don't want you getting hurt. Logs are heavy sometimes.
I'm well aware. You should accept the help being offered.
Lysithia, you seem a bit shaky.
Yeah, because
You
she
okay?
doesn't go outside and decided to do something stupid.
Yep, totally fine. I'm just kind of losing my grip on this log. Ah! Well, that wasn't much help as it turned out. I didn't realize they'd be that heavy. I couldn't even walk in a straight line.
I told ya, logs are heavy sometimes. It's hard work if you're not used to it.
I feel foolish.
Well, if you've learned your lesson, I'm gonna go carry the other log.
Hang on. Shouldn't you rest for a bit?
Wood still needs chopping. I got a bunch of other stuff needs doing before sundown, too.
In that case, let me help you carry the chopped wood.
You know how rough firewood is? You'll get splinters if you carry it with your soft hands.
You can't be serious.
You're just not cut out for this kind of work. Look at your hands. They're like a princess's. No point in you learning to chop wood, is there? You don't need to know how to do that stuff. You and me live in different worlds. There's no point lowering yourself down into mine.
Our worlds aren't so different. We're together right now, aren't we?
Sure, we live in the same places now, but that's not gonna last forever. Don't see how it could. Unless I actually turned into your little brother or something.
God, there's a lot of these. I didn't think there were that many. Lysithia and Lynn. I think I've done this one before.
You seem to have lined up your desserts very meticulously.
What you see before you, Lysithia, is a life choice.
Oh, really?
The most skilled pastry chef in the army has been asked to do the impossible in the heart of wartime. Source high-quality ingredients, employ advanced baking methods, and create these two pastries.
Wow. You've put a lot of thought into this. May I?
Of course. You can have but one, though. And it should be noted that they taste completely different. I thought I'd split them between us, seeing as they were made so carefully and are so very, very special.
Ah, thanks. So, what exactly is the life choice you mentioned? Also, if you are not partaking, I'll just go ahead and eat them both.
Oh no. For you see, if you eat one, you simply cannot, must not, eat the other. Should you eat both, a pair of ingredients, one in each pastry, will combine to poison you.
That seems unnecessarily intense. Just one won't kill me then?
Of course not. But making this choice means you will not be able to taste the second dessert. Ever. No matter what I tell you, you'll never know which one tasted best. And if you are underwhelmed by your choice, you'll regret your decision forever.
So, I should just pick one and be done with it.
But you've already chosen, haven't you? Not between the pastries, but your life paths. You would gamble on the chance of living a long life, even if it meant losing your 2 crests. Correct? Hence my current choice.
Wait, whose choice are we talking about now?
It's a allegory for your situation.
A shortened lifespan doesn't necessarily mean a short life. Even with 2 crests, you might live a long time. And with you around, the study of crests will undoubtedly reach previously unimagined levels.
I mean, there's also, since no one has ever had 2 crests before, who's to say they aren't lying about your short lifespan?
On the other hand, getting rid of them could help someone that I care about. Maybe. Or maybe it won't help at all. Unfortunately, one never knows until they eat the pastry. Even then, you can never taste them both.
Hang on, Linhart. Do you mean to tell me you care about me? Since when?
When indeed. You are someone I care about, though. So much so I wish we could be family, you and I.
Family? That escalated rather quickly. Although, having more family does sound nice.
Anyway, I need to be going. I made up the poison bit because I didn't know how else to say what I wished to say. And because I believe there are choices we can make where you can have both. I'll show you somehow, before the...
Are you sure these aren't poisoned? Linhart, wait! Wait!
He's not going to poison you. Bernie and Felix.
Oh no, it's Felix. He's coming right at me. If I run, he'll chase me. Maybe if I just hold really, really still.
Ahem.
Whatever it is, I didn't do it, I swear. Unless I'm offending you just by standing here.
No, here.
Huh? Oh, yeah, that's my satchel. Wait, where did you get that?
Stop asking questions and just take it.
No! Trap! It's a trap!
Why are you acting like this?
Acting? Does this
You don't
terror on my
approach
face look
the
fake to you?
shut-ins like this, Felix. That's not how it works.
You're being difficult. Come on, this is yours.
I can't! Your icy glare has frozen me completely!
Shut up, just take the thing.
No! Please don't kill me!
What? Who's going to...
Sword! He's got a sword! Ah!
My sword! How did you...
I can't do this anymore!
What an odd girl. But she's certainly caught my attention. I've never seen that technique before. Oh, I still have to give this back to her.
Felix being unusually nice. Petra and Ferdinand's A. Let's go.
Ferdinand.
Huh? Ah, Petra. Is there something I can help you with?
No, I am not needing help. I was just thinking that you look... lonely.
Lonely? In wartime? Hardly. I am too busy trying to survive to feel lonely. But once we have survived, what will you do with yourself, Petra? Return to your home? As an Imperial hostage, you would be freed if the Empire were to fall.
And she become queen of her kingdom, queendom, right?
Yes.
Are they called
My plan
queendoms
is
or
to be
kingdoms
returning
still?
home.
Her country, anyway.
But if Bridget and Fodlan can be friendly, I will be able to have visits whenever I choose. Maybe it is even possible for me to be living in Fodlan.
Live in Fodlan? Do you not want to go back to your homeland?
I do have the hope of returning one day. But Fodlan is also like a homeland to me now. I came to Fodlan 9 years ago. I have been living half of my life here. My family is living in Brigid. But in Fodlan, I have new family and new friends.
New family? I am glad to hear you. In that case, we will have to make sure that none of us die. We do not want to lose anyone in the family.
Yes, we will be winning, and you will not be dying.
Ha! Do not worry. I do not intend to die. I have some things to do when the war is over.
Things?
Yes. You and I can be the link between Fodlan and Brigid.
Oh.
Okay, I have to confess. I fibbed a little. About not being lonely. When this war ends, I will be quite lonely indeed. If you go back to Brigid.
Is that a truth?
I have just made a decision. I will work as an ambassador, improving relations between our people. Whether you are in Brigid or Fodlan, I will be there too. Then both places can move forward together. We ought to join forces and make that a reality.
I can't say much about this
Do
one.
you not
I've
agree?
definitely seen this one before.
You have my gratitude, Ferdinand.
When I first played Red.
All of it. I have loneliness, just like you. But your words gave me great happiness. Please do what you are saying, and be a bridge for Fodlan and Brigid.
You can count on me.
Yes, one day, we will be seeing that future.
Hold on, Ferdinand. What else you got? Constance as A. Oh, here we go.
You there.
Ah, is there something I can do for you, Constance?
Is there something you can do? Of course there is.
Well, what
It ought to be plain.
I do not follow. Please, clarify what you mean.
Have you forgotten the day I revealed to you my silly little dream? If you weren't paying attention, I shall be cross.
Oh, yes. You must be referring to the oblique request you made concerning peaks and valley. Not seeing a peak ahead of you, you hoped I might help lift you out of your lowly
Precisely. You've summed it up completely. Now that you know of what I speak, I want you to forget it immediately. Act as if you heard nothing.
You want me to forget the occasion you just asked me to remember. I see. Before I discard this memory entirely, might I be so bold as to ask why?
Is it not obvious? I don't want my weakness bandied about. I vowed to restore House Nouvelle through my own grand achievement. Just as I would not abandon this dream, I would not accept it being handed to me. Though if I am to be quite honest, the real reason is that letting you in on this vulnerability was an indiscretion I won't repeat.
I see. What a curious situation.
I don't take your meaning.
The hand of fate stripped everything from me, leaving me vulnerable and exposed. To borrow your words, I was in a valley, and a thick shroud of fog obscured the peak before me. Now, the cloud has lifted a bit, and I can see a glimpse of what lies ahead.
And what,
I
dare
think
I
kind of
ask,
like how all
do you
the
see?
rank A's are kind of romancy. Quite
There
nice.
is a towering cliff for you to scale, and a long, rocky path lying ahead of me. Rather than ascending separately, we can join hands and face these obstacles together. Then, we can reach the heights of our forebears. Or, dare I say, even higher.
Even higher, you say? Now you remind me once more of the boy I knew. I have but one concern.
And what might...
That I shall outpace your laggardly efforts.
Huh? I was being sincere, you know.
I mean, she might do. She is technically a researcher. I mean, half of the things she researches are stupid, but...
Cyril, you are always having great passion and hard work. You give inspiration.
Aw, just doing my job.
There is no need for showing humility. You work with hardness. I mean, you work hard. It makes me have curiosity. Can you tell me what plans you hold for the future?
The future? I don't know anything about the future, but I'm kinda busy.
I have had the learning that you are from Elmira. Everyone has the saying that it may be hard to move up in the church for you. But even with that, you always have
I work because I work. It's what I do here. And, you know, I really want to make myself useful to Lady Rhea, so I can repay the big debt I owe her. Lady Rhea gave me a home when I didn't have one.
I understand the feeling of need for repaying debts, but does it give you difficulty being a great distance from your home for so much time?
Elmira's just where I was born. It's not like I've got family there. If you love your homeland and want to go back, then that's nice, but it's not a thing I want to do. I like where I am. The best future I can think of is if things stayed like this forever.
Yes, I have understanding. You and I have similarities. But
maybe. Hey, I still got a lot of work. Better get to it.
Cyril does not want to speak about his land of home? It gives me curiosity.
Ooh, almost done. Scythia and Felix. I've definitely done this one because they're on the same squad.
Ah, so delicious. I'm so content in this moment.
Lysithia, you look mortified.
How long have you been there? Were you watching me? You were, weren't you?
I was, yes.
For once, I thought I had some privacy.
Did you say something?
Huh? Nope. Didn't say anything at all. Here.
What's this for?
I'm buying your silence. With cake. Take it.
I'm not sure what to be silent about.
If people knew I was shoveling cake into my face by the fistful, they'd think me nothing more than a child.
Adults eat cake.
You'll never understand. Just take this, will you?
No, I don't like sweets.
Does your refusal mean you'll be telling everyone about my cake shoveling ways?
No.
I just don't like sweets, that's all.
Like, personality-wise, he'd never do that.
Nonsense. Nobody can resist something so delicious. Look, I'm giving you this cake whether you like it or not. Eat it, toss it, throw it at an unsuspecting victim. The choice is yours. Just please don't mention this to anyone.
What was her problem? And what am I supposed to do with this cake?
Whatever you want to do with that cake, bro. Literally anything. Scythia and Marianne. Have I done this one?
Marianne, do you mind if I ask you about some... Yes? It's about animal behavior. Among us all, you surely know the most about animals. I've read that in outdoor battles, wild animals can sometimes cause unexpected confusion. What do you think would be the best strategy to, are you listening, Marianne? I was listening. I just don't think I can really... For crying out loud! Why do you always have to admit defeat before even giving yourself a chance? My advice would probably just put everyone in danger. You'd be better off without me. This is beyond ridiculous. You're impossible. You seem convinced you're some sort of cursed being, destined to bring doom and gloom to anyone you encounter.
I mean, her crest can turn her into a giant demonic creature.
Well, why do you have such a terrible opinion of yourself? Just nothing. Now you listen to me for a moment. I can see that you have some deep-seated turmoil you struggle with. I'll have you know I have quite a few issues of my own, perhaps more grave than yours, if you can imagine. Really? Yes, but I'm not the only one who has such troubles to contend with. Everyone does. That's why it's so important to maintain a positive outlook and do what we can. Each time we find the light in the dark, we grow, bit by bit. And without growth, what's the point in carrying on? Lysithia, I envy your confidence and strength. Don't envy me. Instead, just choose to find the positive, won't you? Yes. Well, maybe someday. The time is now! This is your moment! Oh, okay.
Odd this being a time skip,
That's
Marianne.
more like it.
Because
Now to
after the
start,
time skip,
why
she's a
don't you
lot
help me
more
out by
chill.
answering my questions about wild animals? I'll certainly try my best.
Like she's sort of coming to an understanding about herself. Last one is what? Felix and Leone. Isn't this where he has a go at her for no reason?
If you don't have any business here, go away. You're bothering me.
Finally spotted me, did you?
What do you want?
They say you're the best. I wanted to see your training with my own eyes.
Spying on people. Is that a hobby of yours?
Enough to see how to beat you, at least.
You think you can beat me?
That's right. See, I was trained by...
Gerald, yeah.
So you know.
I heard he was your teacher. Perhaps we should test you. See how much of your training sank in.
I'm ready if you are.
Okay, I'll give you a chance.
Sounds good. When?
I'll let you know. In the meantime, practice. I won't go easy on you.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be ready.
This will be fun.
I misremembered that one. That was fairly chill. Is that everybody? Yes.
Whew, time for a breather. Hey, Professor.
Yo.
Yep, noticed you have been too. Seems like it's been a real rough day for just about everybody, huh? I've been so busy I still haven't eaten. I hope there's still food left. How come you're carrying that around? Whatever, I'm hungry. When you're hungry enough, just about anything tastes good. What a day. I need a nap, but I still gotta get the dining hall cleaned up. Professor, that's funny. You push yourself harder than anybody else. You make me look lazy. Besides, I don't even break a sweat doing this stuff. The day Lady Rhea comes home, I want her to see the monastery the way it was 5 years ago. That's why I do all this stuff. For her. And the harder I work, the better. Heck, I'd do more than I do now if there were hours in the day. You must think I'm pretty weird, huh, Professor? I'm always on about Lady Rhea, and I'm not even from folk. I bet most people around here think I'm kinda weird, but I'm real grateful for everything Lady Rhea's done for me. That's nice of you to say. Real nice. Thanks, Professor. It's good to know you like me. Helps me feel even more at home. I've heard people say that good folks have a heart of gold.
I mean, you were incredibly prickly when I first started to speak to you, so I mean, I can see why people wouldn't.
Not real gold, I mean. Just, they always care about everybody else. Lady Rhea's incredible. But I figure you're just the same, Professor.
I mean, she's not, but you know.
Okay. I guess I gotta give in and get some sleep. I'll get up extra early to make up for it. Good night, Professor.
Ah, yes. Professor, what brings you out so late? Oh, that was likely my voice. I've been worrying about something. I asked you once to help me achieve my goal of being a person who can simply nap all day. Then I thought, if the world becomes a peaceful place, all my crest research might be for naught. Well, I don't see how crests have much use in times of peace. Certainly there are crests that make you stronger and could be used in engineering. And I suppose crests that increase magical abilities might help doctors heal injuries. Still, the possibilities seem limited. It's as if crests were designed to be used only in times of war.
Yes, that is literally how they were designed.
Their power meant to bring about death and destruction.
Yep, that is why they were designed.
I cannot prove what I say is true, but suppose for a moment that it is. The longer this war goes on, the more useful my crest research becomes. But if the war were to end today, we would go on living, perhaps not using the power of our crests at all. It is truly my dream to be a crest scholar, but I also dream of all the wonderful naps peace would bring. Saying it all out loud, it feels a rather stupid thing to worry over. Knowledge or peace, sleep or war. You know, you're right. In the end, maybe it's not that stupid after all. It certainly isn't to me. Although if I stop researching crests, I'll have one less excuse to spend time with you. Professor, don't make faces like that. People like you, who listen to my blathering and then nod and smile as though what I say matters, people like you are very precious to me.
Certainly was an odd A rank. Another chunk of supports. We'll start with Byleth. Ferdinand, sure. Let's go with this pairing today.
What an interesting way of looking at life. Ah, it is you.
just at the right time. Oh, is it nighttime already? I must have gotten carried away. There is something I wanted to discuss.
You got carried away reading while stood up instead of sat down. Yeah, bro.
Something about you. I am starting to believe that you are a true hero. You hold the Lost Crest, you wield the sword of the Creator, and you lead everyone in battle against great enemies. Not only that, but you are a strategist.
Great enemies? Basically all we've fought so far is bandits.
You give everyone direction, so they know what needs to be done. You do not seem particularly ambitious, and yet you accomplish so much. I am not exaggerating. Everything I said is true. I have been reading about the history of Fargus, you know. The kingdom's founder, Lug, the king of lions, had 2 advisors. One of them was Pan, the undesiring strategist. According to historical records, Pan wanted nothing for himself. He devoted himself entirely to Lug. He had tremendous power, but he never seemed concerned about his legacy. So in the old chronicles, there is hardly all that we know is that he helped Lug. It is not surprising that you have never heard of him. I did not even know his name until recently. But when I watch how you conduct yourself, I feel that I am seeing the unknown deeds of Pan. It is only a thought, of course, but it makes me feel rather happy. Even if it is not in the pages of a history book, a life can be full of achievement. I know that I will never prevail over Edelgard. Even if I defeat her on the battlefield, I am what I am. Like you and this undesiring strategist, I will do what I am called to do, even if no mark of me remains in the history books.
That's an oddly chill A rank. Balthus and Lysithea.
Little Lysithea. These ears miss nothing, you know.
What are you on about this time?
Is it true that Count Ordelia plans to relinquish his title eventually?
Yes, but...
I approve, that's all. Throwing off the shackles of nobility to live freely? It's a beautiful thing.
I would ask that you refrain from painting them with the same brushstrokes that you so liberally paint yourself with. My mother and father will carry on with all the associated duties befitting of nobles. Only after that will they retire.
Got it. And that's completely different from someone like me who tapped out of the nobility game, right? Your parents are exemplary nobles, that's for sure. I respect that you support them as much as you do.
Would you just stop? You're embarrassing me.
Can't be helped. Meant every word. If anyone should have red cheeks, it's me, given the choices I've made.
I'm sure you had your reason.
Of course. Still, it is a bit cowardly of me not to stand up to my family a bit more. Honestly, it's since getting to know you that I've started thinking along those lines. One day soon I'll return to that house. My reception will be chilly at best. Still, it must be done. My house is full of lowlifes. But it also has my little bro, who took over when I left. He's good people, even with the difficulties in Leicester. Our house is still going strong. That's his doing. That's why I've decided that it's time to talk to him about what can be done to help Count Ordelia.
Repaying your perceived debt would be nice, sure. But it sounds like you intend to foist your responsibility onto your little brother.
Ah, but the two aren't related. This is just the right thing to do. I'm still pondering how best to fulfill my vow.
Uh-huh.
Wow. You don't believe me, do you, little lady?
Just what exactly are you planning on in terms of this repayment?
After your family relinquishes their noble titles, I'll support them so that you can all live in peace.
Even though you're a lowlife?
That may be true, and it is. But consider this. I've seen life from both sides. As a noble and a vagabond.
No, what you call him? Low life, yeah.
When their
I'd say no
situation
life, that's
changes,
definitely
they'll
not right.
face new challenges. I'm the perfect guy to help them through.
You're irresponsible and unreliable. But clearly, you're not a bad person.
Irresponsible, sure, but he's incredibly reliable right now in battle.
And your support would be most appreciated. Just so you're aware, however, we have no means with which to pay you. So...
I wasn't planning on doing this for a payout, but if you really insisted on a thank you gift, well, you could always accept me into your family. Then paying me wouldn't be a consideration.
Excuse me? Just what are you insinuating?
Don't think too hard about it just yet. I still have lots of debts to pay and affairs to settle. In the meantime, let's just stick close together.
That was actually alright. These might be the last supports of the whole game too. 'Cause these are A's. We don't get many more of these. I've seen this one before, so I'll just skip it. We've also seen this one before.
Hey, Sedith. I got a delivery for you.
Him being a good boy, basically. This one we definitely haven't seen.
Hey, Cyril! Cyril? What is he staring at? I see. Hey, what are you looking at there? Anything interesting? 3 apples, 2 bags of ointment, 1 piece of graphite. Intriguing.
A shopping list.
Nah, I was just asked to go out and buy the stuff on this list.
Who asks for 3 apples?
Oh, that's all? Sorry for interrupt. This is kind of a one-person job, so I won't bother you by offering aid.
Well, you actually helped a lot just now, reading that list for me like you did. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't tell anybody, because I've been trying to keep it a secret.
Because you can't read.
I don't know how to read, so I wasn't sure what to do with the list.
Is that so? But why do you keep it a secret?
I'd hate it if people figured I wasn't up to a job just because I couldn't read.
You are one of Rhea's attendants. There's no way Seteth wouldn't teach you how to read. Even Flane would do it.
You're always welcome to call on me for help. I'd be happy to.
Thanks.
I really mean that.
Okay.
Good. Now, you'd better go get those supplies before it gets dark. Do you remember everything on the list?
That would be pretty helpful, actually.
All right, listen up. I'm not gonna do this a 3rd time.
Lysithia's not a good liar, is she? She knew I was in trouble right away. Hang on. Did she just want to act like a big sister again? But she looked real happy when she was helping me. And I think I'd like to see that smile again sometime.
Oh, I am not shipping you two together, sir. Is this Yuri and Flane? Oh. Yuri and Bernadetta.
Frigid ocean waters! I can feel them already!
Calm, calm. Just listen to me for a moment. There's something I need to tell you. The reason I worked for House Varley, Bernadetta, was to kill you.
Ha! I knew it. I always knew you were out to kill me! Sink me into the deep, dark, freezing depths! Hold on. House Varley? But why?
As you well know, theirs is one of the 6 great noble houses, the true rulers of the Empire.
Why did they realise they wouldn't get anything out of Count Varley by attacking Bernie?
And you're the heir, with a crest. There were tons of people who wanted you wiped out, like people who want to eradicate House Varley. Or a relative who wants the glory for themselves. That particular breed of treacherous nobility is the kind that'd hire a kid to do their dirty work. The first thing that kid would do, get close to the target by befriending her. Find an in through, say, an assistant gig.
This kid you're mentioning sounds real. That was you, wasn't it?
Yours truly. My biggest mistake? Getting to know you. I crept into your room one night and readied my blade. The whole thing had been a breeze. Up until that moment, while I hovered there, hesitating, your father came in. You know the rest.
Why are you telling me all this? I'm so confused.
Because I want you to look at it objectively. I was hired to kill you. Your father protected you from me. A filthy assassin. He was looking out for you.
No, he wasn't.
You're lucky to have a father who cares for you enough to do that.
He's a horrible piece of garbage.
Father protected me? He protected me.
Yeah. Why would I lie? At this point, I figure it's you who hates me.
I don't hate you, Yuri. But I mean, I do feel weird. But I don't know how to feel. Can't we just be friends? like back then.
You want to be friends with...
The reason you couldn't kill me was because we were friends, right?
Well...
You were my first friend, my very first friend. The first person who played with me. The first person who went on adventures with me.
You went on
you were the
adventures?
first friend I had to baby that much.
What do you mean? Well, even so.
The whole thing was probably it. Though, you know, even if it was, I did have a lot of fun with you.
I knew it!
It's nice that they got some interaction for Bernie there. What's this one? Ferdinand and Flane. Which was this one?
Good day, Ferdinand. Working on your armor again?
Good day to you too. That is right. I have been overusing it a bit lately. Now, allow me to wager a guess. Are you feeling hungry as usual?
As usual? It is not as though I am always searching for a meal. I am rather interested in armor. Do you mind if I peer over your shoulder while you work?
Of course not. Please, feel free to observe.
Thank you for allowing me the pleasure. Oh, wow! Helmets, armor, gauntlets. The range of defensive items seems innumerable. This one seems different from the rest of them. It is akin to a gauntlet, except...
Flane, careful!
Huh? Oh!
Flane, are you alright? Did you injure yourself?
I am well. But what was that?
That could have been serious. Please forgive me. This is a new type of gauntlet with a spring-loaded blade over the knuckles. The mechanism is rather easily triggered. How foolish of me not to warn you.
No, I am the one who was overly curious and reached out without permission. My apology, but, when you snatched me out of harm's way, you embraced me quite tightly.
Yes.
He's protecting you,
You
is
were
what he
in
does.
danger and my instincts simply took hold.
No, it is not that at all. It is just... You hugged me so tight.
Did it hurt? I am so sorry, Flane. I did not mean to cause you any discomfort.
Not at all. Not in the slightest. Anyway, I had better be on my way.
Such a delicate creature. And that sweet demeanor. Snap out of it, Ferdinand.
Yeah, because if it's not even a spoiler because it was in the plot thing, but her dad would not be amused if he'd have heard that, and he would have probably tried to kill you. I don't think I brought this up before, but Flane is Seth's kid. They're not brother and sister. It's just, it was in their paralogue. So there we go. Supports. Lynn and Flane. Let's go.
Reading anything interesting?
Oh, good day, Linhart. At the moment, I'm simply browsing history book. Reading these, it's easy to imagine what it would feel like to exist long ago.
Fodlan's history spans thousands of years. We're lucky to have so many detailed records of our past.
Yes, because the people running it, like Rhea, is an ageless being.
I have knowledge of how people lived, who they loved, what wars they fought, and why. But I'd never describe it as feeling like I was living in the past.
And why not? It's only a figure of speech.
About our shared crests.
Goodness, this again?
There's an experiment I wish to attempt, although it might prove to be a bit...
A troublesome experiment? You know I do not like pain.
Pain? No, there won't... Well, I'm unsure of the results, but that's why they call it an experiment. It would, of course, require that you and I get married.
I beg your
Subtle.
pardon?
Very subtle.
If bearers of major and minor Sethline, what crest would the offspring possess, if any? I must know, and thought the question might pique your interest as well.
You don't just randomly bring that up, bro.
Are you actually speaking about a hypothetical future with me? Involving... children?
Yes. Such parentage has never been documented. A whole new field of research awaits. It would be a worthy experiment, and we need only 5 or so children for a good sample size.
Oh, you need to stop.
Do you mind going back to what you mentioned earlier?
Pardon?
The part about marrying and I've always believed, rather firmly, that marriage is something between two people who love.
I like you well enough to advance a field of study to previously unknown height.
This is the first I've heard of such a thing from you.
Do you imagine I've spent all this time talking to you because I was bored? Anyway, I'm pretty worn out now, so let's continue this conversation another time.
Does conversing with me tire you out so much?
Talking to anybody tires me out. Thinking, putting thoughts into words, opening my mouth. Do give some thought to my proposal. Think of how far we could advance Crest research, you and I.
Experimental marriage and children? He likes me? I don't understand. I don't understand at all.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. But, okay. Last support, Happy and Balthus rank B.
What's all this? Ha! I knew it! Would you look at that? It's gold! Some poor sap just left it here for me to find. Ha! I'll be taking this then.
You think the whole world is your collection jar. Unbelievable.
Sorry about that. Look, I feel awful. Please don't twist up your face like you're suppressing a disappointed sigh. How about I use this gold to buy you something nice? A sweet treat, perhaps?
I don't eat contraband sweets. Are you trying to get me locked up again? Give back the money or don't. It's none of my business. Either way, keep me out of it.
As you wish, milady. Straight to the fun fund it goes. Drinks don't buy themselves, unfortunately.
That might make for a fun night or two. But what about all the money you owe? If you're going to keep this, you should apply it to your debts before a bounty hunter gets a hold of you.
This gold wouldn't even make a dent. It's chump change. Better to drink it than waste it. In any case, when I'm dead, I'm dead. When that happens, none of this will matter anymore. I'm not gonna worry about what I can't control. I've got better uses for this gold in the meantime.
I don't understand how you can be so reckless. It's as though you want to get killed. Meanwhile, if I lose control for even a moment, monsters will eat me for dinner.
Hearing you say that so casually feels like a bad omen. It's unsettling, that's for sure.
Sorry, is that too morbid for you? You just told me when I'm dead, I'm dead.
And it's true. For me, not for you.
And why is that?
Because all of this mess I'm drowning in is my own fault. Every bit of it. You can't say the same. I'm in trouble because I borrowed, drank, and fought too much. All my own choices. That means it's on me to take responsibility and accept the inevitable outcome.
So, since it's in my control to keep the size at bay, I don't get to relax ever?
Not quite. I'm saying that it isn't your fault, so you shouldn't have to bear that burden alone.
That's a nice sentiment. But people are hardly lining up to share this burden with me. Talk is cheap. Everyone knows it's all over the instant I sigh.
Huh. I have a habit of not saying the right thing to her. Not much I can do about... Hey! It's more gold! Go ahead and join your buddies in my pocket, pal.